Hi, happy Wednesday. I'm back with you to do OG today. You'll need to find your OG packet, your crayon, and your pencil, just like we used yesterday. Today in the OG packet, we are going to be on day 3. So the ED sound, day 3, since this would be Wednesday. So before we start, let's do a little review. So we've been working on the ED sound. Remember, ED can make 3 different sounds. That first sound that we practiced on Monday is that id sound. ED makes that id sound in the word whenever our root word ends with the letters D or T. So like the root word wilt, it ends with that t sound. That means my ED is going to say id. So my word would be wilted. Yesterday, we practiced the ED making the D sound. ED makes the D sound whenever the root word ends with a voiced sound. So like the root word buzz, that bzz is a voiced sound. So when I add ed to the word buzz, I get the word buzzed, like the bee buzzed to the flower. That d sound is the ed at the end. Today we're going to look at words that the ed makes the t sound at the end. The ed is going to make the t sound at the end whenever we have an unvoiced sound at the end of our root word. So our throat will not feel that vibration on our last sound. So for example, those words that have the sh at the end, like the word wish, there is no sh, no voice sound. So my word wish would turn into wished with a T sound at the end. We're going to practice some of these words. And before we practice, I want you to make a couple of changes. So our day 3 sheet actually was going to have some sounds on it that were not the t sound, and I want to make sure we get that practice today. So if you'll go to your third word, it has 2 sounds, but that second sound today, we're going to go ahead and make it a blend. So go ahead and do your 2 lines under that third word with your pencil so you'll remember to make it a blend. And on the last one down here, we're going to have a blend for the first sound. We're going to have 1 middle sound, and then we're going to have a blend for the end sound. And notice I put an X right before this ED circle, and I put this X here because we're not going to write a sound on it. That's for a longer word that wouldn't end this ED making a t sound. Right? Go ahead and make those corrections on your paper. And then grab your crayon, and we're going to get started. First, we'll pound the word together. We'll tap those sounds that we hear, and then I'll ask you to write it on the sound lines in crayon. I will then show you the word spelled correctly, and I will ask you with your pencil to rewrite it on the rewrite line. Let's get started. Word number 1. Let's pound and tap the word yanked. Ready? Yanked. Y-a-nked. Yanked. Go ahead and write the sounds that you hear on your line. Yanked, like I yanked the puppy's leash. Yanked. All right, check your spelling with mine for that first word, yanked. We have yanked, that ED making that t sound because that k is unvoiced. Word number 2. Your word is kissed. Kissed. Let's pound and tap it. Kissed. K-I-S-t. Kissed. Like I kissed my mom goodbye. Kissed. Go ahead and write it on your sound lines. Let's check word number 2. The word is kissed. K is, remember, double those S's because of our floss rule. T. That ED is making the T sound in the word kissed because that S at the end is unvoiced. Word number 3, let's pound and tap the word asked. Like I asked a question. Ready? Asked. 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 A lot of sounds there at the end. Go ahead and do that word. Asked. 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 Let's check word number 3. Asked. Asked. That T sound is made by that ED at the end of the word because remember your K is an unvoiced sound. Word number 4. Word number 4, let's pound and tap the word stumped. Like I am stumped as to what the answer could be. Stumped. Stumped. Go ahead and write your word on the sound lines. Stumped. Let's check word number 4. Stumped. We start off with that blend. That ED is making the T sound because of that P is an unvoiced sound at the end of the word. And your 5th and final word for our ED practice is the word checked. I hope you checked all of these words. Let's pound and tap it. Checked. 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 Let's check the word. Checked. Checked. Remember that CK and that CH. Those are blends that we have talked about. Checked. Remember that ED also is making the T sound at the end of the word because of that K sound at the end being unvoiced. All right, let's do a little red word practice. I'm going to give you all 5 red words. At the end, I will ask you to check those 5 red words with what I put on the screen. Let's give them a try. You're welcome to write in crayon and go back and fix in pencil, or if you would like to write using your pencil, that's fine too. Word number 1, there. Like go over there and open the door. There. Word number 2, how. Like how are you? Word number 2, how. Word number 3, went. Word number 3, went. I went to the grocery store. Went. Word number 4, was. Word number 4, was. What was the answer? Word number 4, was. And your 5th and final red word is the word saw. I saw a bird. Saw. All right, let's see how you did. Here are your red words. Remember, those red words are words that we cannot sound out. They are sight words that we have to memorize the spelling of. You can find those red words on the back of your newsletter. So if you need to be practicing them, they are all right there. We have one more thing to take care of, and that is on the very next page of your packet. So if you will find your sentence, we're going to take care of sentence number 1 today. Sentence number 1, it looks like there are no red words. I don't see any words underlined twice. And we have 6 different words. So let's pound our sentence. Here it is. I jumped up and Pat yelled. Let's tap it. I jumped up and Pat yelled. Ooh, I heard 2 ED words in there. See if you can find them. I jumped up and Pat yelled. Go ahead and write your word by word on by number 1. And then we'll check before you do the rewrite. One more time. I jumped up and Pat yelled. Let's see how you did. I jumped up and Pat yelled. Remember, Pat is a name, so it's going to need a capital letter. That capital P stands tall on the line. It doesn't fall below it. Our 2 ED words, we have jumped, making that T sound is in ED because that P is unvoiced, and yelled. There's a review of yesterday. Ooh, is that voice sound. So that yelled makes the D sound up with that ED. Go ahead and rewrite this sentence on this rewrite line. Make sure you check it for cups. This is telling us something. That means it's a statement, so we need to end with a period. Go ahead and rewrite it on the rewrite line. When you are finished, take a picture. Don't forget to take a picture of both pages and email it to your teacher, or you can send it to them on Schoology. I hope you have a good rest of the day.